Well, hello, and today is going to be a slightly different video. Well, I've got my computer apart, and I'm doing this because I'm upgrading my SSD to one of these. So I thought, well, being as I've got it apart, I'm sure some of you would actually be interested as to what kind of computer I game on. So I've got my current setup in bits, well, kind of in bits anyway. I got both sides off. To upgrade to a new SSD for my operating system. It's very dark in here because I've decided to do this in the dark now. So I'm now using a lamp, but this is what my computer looks like. I'm running an 8-core FX, I think it's called something like an 8120. Basically, it's about a year-old processor when they first came out. So there's one here and one here. They're both 8 gig sticks of DDR3 1600 MHz RAM and 2 4 gig sticks, the same manufacturer, same megahertz. So they're giving me 24 gigs of RAM, 8-core CPU, overclocked to 4 gigahertz. This should be red, but my 140mm fan died, and it died while I was away, and I was logged into my computer and it was giving me temperature warnings. Basically, my computer was getting incredibly hot just because that fan had stopped, so that's in there temporarily until I buy a new one. They're about 12 quid for the Aeroshark ones, and they seem to pull quite a lot of air, so that's why I use them as the rear fans. I've got a AMD Radion 6970 graphics card, so that's like 2 gigs worth of DDR5 RAM, and they're clocked slightly higher than the 7870s where they were. So that's still a pretty beastly graphics card. I've got a network card in there and just a USB thing for extra USBs. This motherboard comes with a lot of USBs. It's the Asus Crossfire 5 motherboard by Republic Gamers, and that's kind of what it looks like with all the red things on it. And what else we've got? We've got a Fractal design 1000 watt PSU. I can't remember what the actual model is, but I'll find that in a minute. Maybe I'll put the specifications at the bottom. My SSDs sit here, and I've got two 1TB hard drives and a 3rd terabyte down here at the moment. They just kind of pull out like this. I can't pull them out because they're attached to the back. A front 200mm fan, and there's another 200mm fan at the top there. So that's kind of it for the insides anyway. This computer seems to pull quite a lot of power because we have like a 4-pin here for the PSU, for the CPU, sorry, and then there's also an 8-pin there in the middle. That is also power for the CPU as well. And then you can also, if you really wanted to, over here there's like a Molex connector on the motherboard, and that's just for providing extra power to graphics cards. So at some point, maybe if I get another graphics card, I would put that in as well. And then this is the Coolermaster V8 for the CPU there. And as I said, I'm actually upgrading my SSDs. So I currently have 2 SSDs. One is one of these, so it's like an OCZ. That's really shiny. What is it, like something plus, whatever it is. It's a 120 gig SSD. And then I also have another one, which is the OCZ Agility 3, which has decided to die. So that's why I've got a new one. Basically, I've written over the SSD so many times, or written things to it so many times, that it has just killed itself. So my operating system is temporarily on this one, as this one is now more or less useless. So what I was upgrading to is this. It's the Samsung 840 Pro. So 256GB SSD. Insane read speeds on this thing. Something like 500 megasecond. So this is what it looks like. We've got some kind of documentation, which is I'm never going to read, and then a manual CD, which again I'm never going to use or read. And this will be interesting to see if I can actually get it out on camera. This is rather already stuck. So here's the SSD. It's quite thin actually compared to my other ones, and it's actually lighter compared to the other SSDs that I've got. So there's the back, the model number. Normal is like a SATA connector on it, and this will be replacing my old drive. So that is what I'm doing at the moment, replacing drives like this. What else is there? I can probably show you my cable management on the other side if you really want to see that. God. Oh no, I've just written over the cable for the light. 1 second. There we go. So this is what the back looks like, with all the cables more or less routed neatly. And the back of the motherboard, you can't actually replace the CPU cooler without having the whole thing off because of these things here. So, and if anyone's wondering, my case is the Coolermaster HAFX, so it's the full ATX case there. And that's kind of about it for my computer anyway. As I said, I can probably leave full specifications as to what is actually in it, but it's a few years old now, so it's doing quite well. And there's probably about, I think originally it cost me about 800 with all the main bits in it, and with all the upgrades it's probably gone up to well over 1,000 inside here. So that's kind of it really. Oh, there's a 120mm fan there blowing air onto the graphics card. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video for my little tour of my computer, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, actually no, should I turn it on just for the sake of it, so you can see it light up? Oh, I did turn it off with the power supply, I think. There we go. So apart from that actually being blue, you can see that these things light up, and the front fan should light up as well, but I think the LEDs have died in it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.